Hello and welcome to Normal Marble Face-Off Episode 2. I am your host Papa Dreamsicle and with me is Glowing Ghost.
Hello. Today our teams have come together to compete in the Team Block Push.
Here are the standings so far.
You can see that Lion's Mane is leading the pack, but that was only the first episode. Anything can change.
Yes, Glowing Ghost, you are the most right. There are 15 more episodes. The Team Block Push is where the teams of 4 attempt to push a block the furthest. If the block goes completely out of the track when pushing, you have to go again. You have 3 tries before you are disqualified.
Alright, let us go ahead with Desho and see who will rise to the top this episode. Now here we can see this demonstration of the Team Block Push.
The teams go down the ramp and bump the blocks to push it far. However, the teams must be careful to not bump their teammates out of the track.
You can see here, the demonstration team did a good job. The cohesion was great and ended up pushing quite far. However, there was this one marble just trailing behind at the back. But overall, good performance.
Now onto our first group, Azure. We can see one strike by Crystal, lifting the block. Overall, they did pretty good.
Oh no, we can see that Shine bumps the block, then falls out of the track. Then Blue and Gem do a roundabout around the block. And looks like they end up doing worse than the demonstration team.
Now our next team, Ocean Potion.
What was that? Come on, Ocean Potion, you can do better. I want to see what went wrong there. We can see here that Bermuda does 2 bumps, one to the block and one to Pacific. The block goes up and Atlantic goes through, and Pacific is launched out of the track. They end up with this puny score. Next up, St. Patrick's Day. Holy crap, that was amazing.
Yeah, they did exceptionally well here. I think they will be getting a podium finish.
We can see here they keep the block up, so that they do not have to drag the block until they cannot anymore. However, we do see that Leprechaun fell out of the track. However, they are guaranteed a top half finish because of that score.
Now we have Mangrove.
Bruguera had an amazing first hit, but did awful after.
Yeah, but to be fair, he carried. We can see his first hit here.
He holds on for a while before being absolutely rejected by the block, which sends him flying backwards.
However, he comes back for yet another hit and after that pushes the block even further.
Alright, now the blood cells. Will this be their redemption from what happened last episode? Absolutely not.
My gosh, what happened there?
Hemoglobin hits the block first, which sends him backwards. However, Platelet is right behind him, so Platelet bumps into him and sends him to go past and under the block.
Platelet, after hitting Hemoglobin, goes backwards and collides with Transportation, sending them both flying away.
Which led them to this awful score. Now the Dreamsicles, I sure hope they fare better. Oh, they shall go again.
That was an average push by the Dreamsicles.
After Dream hits the block, he bounces backwards and hits the other marbles, forming somewhat of a Newton's cradle.
We can only see 3 marbles stalling with the block at the end, but oh, Cycle comes in for a final hit, boosting their score. Now the Magnifiers, scoring only 2 points last round. Can they do better here? It looks like they can, scoring minimum 3 points.
Come on, Papa Dreamsicle. Don't be so harsh like that. We can see this bump sends the block flying. Then Detail and Zoom pushing the block even further, with Refract putting the final bump, just like the Dreamsicles.
Now the Air of Slimes, 3rd place last episode. Can they manage a podium in this one too?
No.
Hey Glowing Ghost, don't be so harsh now.
Alright, now cool down a bit. We can see Slime delivers the first push and he is thrown off the track. Meanwhile, the other 3 just pass on the momentum to each other to bump the block, though achieving a somewhat average distance. Now the Whizzing Whales. Oh wow, they managed to push the block to the brown zone. What a push! We can see they have great cohesion from the start. But the anchor marble was, well, useless.
Overall, great push. They're certainly top half. Now, the Sharks.
Well, that's an invalid push. Here they go again. With yet another invalid push. I sure do hope they sort things out here. If not, they're disqualified.
And they do. That was a close one. Yeah, they were almost disqualified.
You can see this hit by Hammerhead, which launches the block to the side. And Great White almost carried the block out of the track, but he realized there was something called you're fired. So he guides the block back on track to secure an above-average finish. Now the glass blowers.
My oh my, we have a potential winner.
Wow, that first push was really what made them win.
We can see that the glass blowers juggled the block.
Now they assaulted the block. Glass blowers be ballin'.
Come on, don't be corny now.
Fine.
Now we have the silhouettes.
Wow, what a push.
Just like the glass blowers, the silhouettes have adopted the juggle technique.
Yeah, their pushes are strong and their cohesion is great. And that anchor marble. They go in front of St. Patrick's Day. H.D. Patrick's Day is now in danger. Now solitary confinement. Just like last episode, will their score be insane today? No. Looking at their score, it looks like they only put in their brute force instead of planning beforehand. They went haywire here.
They end up below Ocean Potion. It might be over for solitary confinement.
Now Sun Rays. Will this be their redemption? Dang, just like the Sharks.
Oh, but now they keep it in and push it far. Well done.
Wow, pretty impressive distance for what looks like a generic push.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. Anyways, where is the last marble? Ah, there he is.
Now it's Cool Swirl's turn. After getting 15th, what can they pull off? A guaranteed podium.
Wow, that was unexpected from them.
Oh, just like the others, juggle technique. That push was far beyond the rest. I think this is a win for Cool Swirls. Lastly, the Lion's Mane. Can they contest for another podium?
No.
That push was similar to Solitary Confinement's push. Just brute force, no planning, no cohesion. This puts them with a finish just above the Solitary Confinement.
And there we go. Our second episode has come to an end. I will show the current standings now. Episode 3, Balancing.
We can see Glass Blowers take the lead by the points, and Blood Cells, oh, they fall all the way down to last. We do see Cool Swirls gain a whopping 12 places, though. See you at Event 3.
With the standings this tight, there is sure to be a lead change. We will see.
See you!